Welcome to Anything Live podcast. Today we have three very special guests who I've known for I think at least a year. We have Dennise, Iqbal, and Ivan, who
Yes.
actually studied with Ivan
Yeah.
in Montfort. Like,
We were in the same primary school.
Primary school, yeah. Not
Same
not
class.
oh, Montfort Primary. Okay,
Yes.
okay. So two Ivans are on the pod today.
Yes.
So before we get into it, right, we just wanted to address a situation which happened yesterday, which is Diego Jota's passing. So of course, condolences to his family and to Liverpool FC and everyone, supporting him. It's a huge loss because really devastating that he passed away at such a young age, especially after he just got married and he has 3 kids. So this is like bigger than football. It really just transcends football, I guess. And it's good to see that the football community united to be compassionate to him. Of course, there are always people who are idiots, but I would say the general response has been very overwhelming kindness and remembering him in a good light. So personally, I would also like to say that we at Anything Live podcast, of course, extend our condolences once again to everyone in his life, and from that we will move on. Rest in peace, Diogo.
Okay. Now, we'll be kicking things off. Very light, very casual. So maybe tell us more about yourself, Dennise, Iqbal, and Ivan as well. So maybe your name, your
Okay,
background.
I'll start first. So my name is Dennise and my course is in Diploma in Information Technology. And the reason why I choose this course is basically I started coding since I was like 11 or 10 in primary school. What intrigued me about like coding was mainly because of like when I was playing Minecraft, I was like play with mods and all that kind of stuff like a normal child would, right? But one day like I decided, why does this mod doesn't have this feature, or why does this mod doesn't have this or that lah? So like why not I make one myself? So like I researched online about like how to make something lah. So what I came across was programming itself like in my Java and programming .
So it was a curiosity that sparked your interest
Yeah, it was
in
basically
coding.
it was quite a curiosity lah. So like I deep dive into that topic lah about programming Java, and like from then on I was like stuck with it lah. So like I was like throughout primary school, secondary school, the only thing I focused on was programming lah.
So would you say that being a coder, would you say you're like a very analytical person, like a very problem-solving person?
I mean, my teacher would say that lah. So in my testimonial, my form teacher, Sec 4, he told me that I was quite analytical, like quite logical thinking. But I think he said I need more social life lah. So like because like I would focus more on like programming than like focusing on others lah. So like I was like very logical person during that time in secondary school lah.
Of course. And I think you have done that. I feel you're a very social person, especially you're getting involved in a lot of CCAs and programs and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Were you less social in secondary
Yeah,
school?
so in secondary school I was like not very social lah. I had quite a lot of friends, but it's only my form class lah. Outside class I didn't have much friends lah. So like I was like in a close knitted group during that time. But in poly, I decided to change, So like I met Akash, I met like other people outside my class lah. So like I went to PFP, I took N level lah. So like after N level, I decided I want to change. I started working part time at McDonald's. You meet the auntie, and like the auntie was like, wow, very kind, So like I thought that was like very fun to like talking to people is quite fun lah. That's why I discovered in McDonald's lah. Then Polytechnic I just continue that lah. So like I try to join as much CCAs as I can and meet new people lah.
I think everyone I know knows Dennise, so that's like quite a testament to his
Yeah,
social life now.
I'm not very close with Dennise, but
You have
I
heard of
think-
him before?
Yeah,
100%.
I've heard of him
Yeah, and
from
he's very,
you lah.
and he's very happy-go-lucky, so I think very like impressionable on people.
But Dennise, was it easy stepping out of that comfort zone?
No
From
lah.
secondary school to
I
poly?
mean, stepping on my comfort was a very difficult thing to do lah. So like, you have to learn how to talk to people lah. Cause like, first impression is very important. Like when your first impression is gone already, right? That means like, it's like impossible to get up. It's like you're setting a test standard, like when you're meeting people, right? Then like, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Very interesting input. Thank you for that, Dennise. Then we can move on to Iqbal.
Iqbal, you and Akash, you guys went to Hanoi, right?
Yes, we did.
In
October.
last year October.
Me also, bro.
Him also.
Oh, you three.
We all
Yeah,
went
that's
together.
right. Okay,
Yeah.
We all went to the Hanoi Lotte
Hanoi.
Tower
Yeah,
together.
Lotte Tower,
Lotte
bro.
Tower.
Wow. How long was the trip? Like 1 week?
1 week. 5 days.
5 days. How was the trip for you guys?
I think. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Prior to that trip, I wasn't that close to Dennise, Akash,
Yeah.
or another person named Aryan. I was only close with Jael, so we were just a pair.
Yeah.
And suddenly, Akash, Aryan together, and Dennise also. So we formed this like group of 5, and then
Yeah.
we went exploring every chance we get. So I'd say it's pretty fun, lah.
Yes, I think it's the best group trip I've been on so far. Lah.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it because of the trip or is it because of the people?
I would say more because of the people. Because on the trip, right, the trip itself was very good, outstanding. I love Vietnam as a country, but I felt that we did like very touristy things.
Right.
So at the end of the day, if you're doing like touristy stuff, generally it's the people you spend time with when you go to these tourist spots. And we went like to the same place like twice or thrice, Hanoi quarters. So then it really comes down to like who you're spending your time with, and I think it's quite fun, very fun.
You know that there's a word called Sindep. If you know, you know. I'll just leave it to the viewers to know.
Would you like to
But-
explain what Sindep is?
Sindep. Let's just say you go to Vietnam and then you go to a girl and they say Sindep. It means you're beautiful.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah,
It means that.
Yeah, we learned this in
The thing is, right?
Hanoi University.
Yeah, a funny story. yeah. So a funny story is
Taught me.
before we went into the university,
Okay.
I told Dennise, yo, every girl you see, right, says Sindep. He trusted me blindly, but in a good way. It was a positive thing.
And I went to every girl in the uni, right? They seen that, bro.
I think he thought it's hello or something.
Yeah.
I also was like, why is the guy just saying Cinder to everyone? Then turned out it means beautiful. I mean, at least you didn't stitch him up and say like ugly or something.
It's good.
I
It's
think
good.
It's like
good.
unconscious flirting, you know.
Everybody
Yeah.
was smiling, so it was a good.
Okay, it's
vibe.
good.
Yeah.
I think they knew he got trolled as well, but
But it's a good greeting, like, hey, beautiful.
Oh, hey,
man.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I mean, Iqbal, we haven't have your introduction of yourself and
Okay.
a little bit of your background.
Alright, mine ain't that deep, according like based on Dennise. My name's Iqbal. I'm 19 years old and I'm in the Diploma of Financial Technology. So it basically comprises of business and technology. Reason why I went to it? Simple, because I knew that tech will always be prominent and definitely important in the future, and I needed to learn more of those business aspects as well to complement it. So therefore, I went to that course. Yeah. Yeah, basically.
would you say that being a FIntech student is easier than the other diplomas? Because I think that's like quite a hot topic within NYP school. I
that's
think.
true, that's true.
Yeah, it's quite a hot topic. So do you agree with this like so-called stereotype,
Whoa, we diving deep into
Yeah.
that. All right, great.
Right.
or would you say it's false?
Okay, honestly, people go to fintech with the mindset of it being 50-50 business and IT.
True.
Yesterday, two people came to me and said, man, I got scammed coming to this diploma because it's actually 80-20. So 80 IT and 20 business. So with that, right, the people who think that fintech is simple or easier than others, no. I'd say it's equally as challenging for different people because everybody learn at their own pace, right? And your aspirations and what you want to do is different. So to answer your question, I'd say, you know what, just do you, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
And I would say because it's a mix of business and technology, right? It's like a bit more math focused as well than the other diplomas. Other than AI and analytics, I say it requires the most math because you guys study econs and accounting.
Yes.
So maybe the reason why people say it's so-called easy is because they're good at math, right? Then for them it is easier. lah. Then that's why like stereotypes being passed on like generation by generation. Personally, I would say it's probably as challenging. But of course, the moderation and like the rigor of the other two courses is debatable. But that's a topic for another day.
But if you had to choose out of the 4, diplomas, which do you think is like the hardest of the hardest? Like what? Let's like rank first to fourth. First being the hardest,
Oh, this is so
Then
controversial.
It's meant to be like that. You know, it's meant to be like that. It's meant to be
It
like
really
that.
depends on your skill set because I mean, for example, me and Dennise are the same class, so Diploma in IT, right?
Yes.
We focus very hard on programming. So full stack development project, we're building a website, and then we also have advanced programming. So these things, if you really don't understand like the logical aspect or the so-called theoretical aspect of development, right? It's already going to be very difficult for you. Whereas if you're not good at talking but you're good at IT, maybe as Iqbal said is 80-20 business, IT and then business, right? Those 20% for business, if you don't know how to talk, they will be much more difficult for you compared to something like
Right.
DBFT, right?
True.
Mm.
Well, okay, yeah, it depends on skill set. But imagine if you had zero knowledge, you know, about IT, you have zero knowledge about business, or even
Okay, yeah, if you're
cybersecurity,
year
right?
one and you're
Yeah,
choosing a
and-
course, right?
And you don't have any knowledge, prior knowledge on
knowledge,
to this kind of
A bit like
technology.
a bit like yourself, right?
Yeah,
You
I
also
mean, I
quite
came
fresh.
from a you know, zero IT background. Like in secondary school, I didn't take computing like Akash, or maybe Dennise, you took computing in secondary school. Or
Actually, I didn't take any
Oh,
computing
okay.
at all. Just self-learning.
Self-learn.
He's self-learn.
Interesting, very impressive.
Yeah, and I just came into Common ICT. Year one.
Okay, so with that being said, I think my order would be wait, is AI, apply AI and analytics, DBFT,
DIT
cybersecurity and
diploma in IT.
Yes.
yeah.
DIT, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
For the sake of this debate, we're not including Infocom and Sec because it's
Yeah,
not
it
no
is.
longer part of the choices for our new freshmen.
Right,
So
Yeah.
if our audience is, you know, Sec 4 this year and they want to choose a
You
diploma
can't.
route, you know, now it will be these four
Yeah.
rather than the infocom security. Yeah.
okay, so my order would be cybersecurity, AI.
Really? First one is cybersecurity.
I'm horrible with memory.
You know, I would rank diploma in IT first, you know, as like being the hardest. Really, really.
Okay, finish your ranking.
Well, you're gonna get even more mad at me because third place is DBFT and easiest for me, DIT.
Ooh.
Hey, this guy is rage baiting. This guy is rage baiting. This guy is rage baiting.
That's crazy.
No, but I think again it comes down to you and me, right? We are not like the biggest fans of coding. I mean, we can get it done now, but mostly we rely on like vibe coding and
Yes,
stuff, you know.
true.
So if you put a gun to my head and ask me code, I don't think I can code as well as any of you guys are. So for us, probably that's why DIT is so much harder.
No, continue.
That's why I would say DIT is like so much harder in my eyes. But I would say in terms of for my ranking, right, I'll put AI analytics first, then DIT, then my course GSF, and then FIntech. But I think again it's like our course bias because for me, I would say I like the challenge of being in cybersecurity and I like the theory aspect of IT, which is why I find it easier to study my cybersecurity modules than my, let's say, coding modules or math modules. So that was like one huge factor in me choosing cybersecurity because before I entered poly, right, I had like zero interest in cybersecurity. I was more leaning towards FIntech, coincidentally. But then, I always tell my friends, well, I regret EAE into common ICT because I could just gone directly cyber. But that's not true lah, because if I had done EAE into a direct course, it probably would have been FIntech, and I don't think it would have been the best match for me. So I feel it's really good that I got that buffer time in common ICT.
Fair.
And yeah, that's why I would say our course bias will be there when we are doing ranking.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah. I mean, actually, I would have wanted to choose business and financial tech, you know. But I'm a person where, you know, I want to work on my weakest subject.
Right.
Like, so I was deciding between DIT and cybersecurity, and I mean, with the rise of AI as well, so I was kind of scared of if I go into DIT, what if coding just gets replaced by AI completely? But I don't think it's gonna happen in the near future.
Yeah.
True, but I do have that, you know,
Right.
I do have that thought at the back of my mind. So I went with cybersecurity instead. Yeah, but you know, actually, I would have chose business fintech.
Yeah, I would say when we first enter and I was first getting to know
Yeah.
Ivan, we are both like very FIntech
That
heavy.
was our dream course,
Yeah,
actually. That was our dream course.
But then as the year progressed, I think we realized like our own strengths and weaknesses, and of course, reputation comes into play. Like whether it's true or not, cybersecurity is held at a higher stature than like the rest because of the demand for cybersecurity individuals in Singapore, especially.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's another factor, and also while a lot of people were like telling me, oh, it's gonna be difficult. I also like Ivan, I wanted to like challenge myself, I guess, because if I get into like a photo course, I feel like I'm naturally quite like a procrastinator and a bit lazy. So I need that push to get myself on that grind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, so that is all, and we'll be moving on to Ivan. Ivan, maybe you can tell me more about yourself, where you were born, right? I think the audience might want to know because new face, yeah, and just tell me more a bit about your background.
Okay, yeah, so I'm Ivan. As I mentioned earlier, I'm from DIT in the same class as Dennise. And I was born in Singapore, and I don't think that was the answer you were expecting, but...
Oh, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, I was born in Singapore, but I think
Yeah.
what you were referring to
Yeah,
was the fact that in
ethnicity.
2009, we moved... 2009 or 2010, around there. I moved to Bulgaria, my nationality, to live there for 3 to 4 years, and then came back. Yeah.
What was the reason you moved and came back?
It was mainly because my parents, since they're both Bulgarian also, they wanted us to experience the culture, like get to know our home country, what everything is like there, and to, learn the language. So that if we ever go back for some reason, it's not like we're fully Singaporean. Like we still have that culture from our roots, right?
I think that's quite important, especially in Singapore where we are like a melting pot, with the different cultures and different races and everything. So good to know that you're still in touch with your roots.
Yeah.
I would say it's quite rare. A lot of people nowadays are like very westernized or
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to get fully consumed by another country's culture because that just makes you like
you very vanilla,
or like your generic on the streets type like NPC kind of.
Good point. I would back it up. Yeah. So
well, maybe for the audience that don't know the country Bulgaria, maybe Ivan, could you tell us maybe one interesting fact about Bulgaria?
It's home to. I only learned this recently because I visited it during the 2-week break we had.
Okay.
But
you went back?
Yeah.
Okay.
It is home to the oldest continuously inhabited city in the entirety of Europe. Since like 6000 BCE, there's been people living in Bulgaria all the way until now.
Okay.
So there's some historical sites, and it's quite a pretty country, I would say.
So are you from the capital of Bulgaria?
No.
So you're in like a more like is it like a city or village side or like how you describe your hometown now?
I would sort of say it's like, I want to say town because it's like a bit more urbanized, but I would also say it's a bit small to be considered a town. Because I looked up the stats.
Yeah.
In terms of land area, like square kilometer area, it's like about twice Hougang region only in Singapore.
I see.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's quite small, no? Like that? Wait.
Yeah, that's like maybe less than one eighth of Singapore. So interesting, very interesting.
Hougang is 13.5 square kilometers out of the 700 plus in Singapore.
Wow, very interesting stats. I didn't know.
That is interesting.
That's very interesting. So for all your Hougang residents there, maybe you can pay his hometown a visit. See a place which is double the size of your estate.
Okay, but other than that, I'll also really sort of say I was raised in a village because my main residence is not inside the town itself. We had a place there that we sort of shared with my cousins that lived there, but maybe like 5-10 minutes away, there's a smaller village there, which that's where we mainly live. That's where our house is located.
Interesting, interesting. Maybe we can discuss more about this in the later segment where we'll be talking more about like our culture and identity. Yeah.
But even would you prefer the Singaporean lifestyle or the Bulgarian lifestyle? You
Good
feel?
question.
I mean, having lived in both, but you lived in
Yeah.
Singapore more, right? Like
Yeah,
big
but
part of your life.
I mean, when we go back, we do still stay with our family, so I still technically have lived there long enough to
Yeah.
have an opinion, right?
Yeah.
So I'll probably say Singapore because you have a lot more convenience. Like you don't need to
Okay.
take a car everywhere, for example,
Yeah.
right? Like the public transport is very well maintained and is quite regular.
Mm.
So that's one thing. Second thing is it's very difficult to get proper education, kind of like it's not that
It's not
the
very
system
accessible, lah.
is horrible. Yeah,
Mm. Okay.
it's not very accessible.
I see.
So I mean, it's just the convenience of living in Singapore, basically. And I mean, you know the stats. It's one of the most safest places in the world.
Yeah, I've seen
So,
that. Yeah, I've seen that. But I guess.
It's just
Is Bulgaria like very safe as well, or?
I think for
out of
I think
them,
for
out
an
of
Eastern
them.
European country, if I'm not wrong, it's quite
Eastern
safe.
Europe.
Eastern Europe in general is a quite volatile place. So I would say I've not really heard like Bulgaria being that dangerous.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It's not that dangerous, but it's also not the safest either.
Okay.
Would you say I think this is like quite a good metric to like measure safety in my opinion. Would you say like you can just like walk around at 3 a.m. in the streets of Bulgaria? Like here in Singapore, you can.
If you are
nothing
girl.
nothing will happen to you.
If you are girl.
Not only girls, for boys as well. Boys can get mugged.
I mean,
but in
yeah,
Singapore,
but,
you
the
won't get mugged.
possibility of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Akash, as an immigrant yourself, when did you first realize you were different here? And do you feel more at home now?
Different. I think the only difference I would feel in Singapore is not really have to do with race, but more with language. I would say I speak Kannada, so I'm from the state of Karnataka in India. So I would say it's very rare to find fellow Kannadigas in Singapore, and when I do find, it's like very brief interactions with them. I've not had a Kannadiga friend, so
Okay.
to say, other than like my distant relatives but they're not really friends. Just people I meet through my family. Then so that's the only time I felt different in Singapore. But otherwise, I would say I'm quite Singaporean. Personally, I feel that Singapore is my home compared to India because I've stayed here for like my whole life since I was 3. If you guys didn't know, actually I was born in India, but I only stayed there for 1 year or less than a year.
Right.
Then I moved to China for 2 years. Yeah, I was in China because my dad was working there. And then finally, I came back.
Mr. Worldwide, lah. That's
Yeah.
why.
Wait,
Finally I started ground in Singapore. Yeah. Then my brother was born here. So I was 3.
Did you went to international school in China?
Yeah, how?
I was
yeah,
like
Chinese.
2 years old.
Oh,
so,
yeah, okay.
but did you learn Chinese?
Yeah.
I learned Chinese here actually.
He took it in secondary school,
Yeah.
by the way.
How much can you speak Chinese?
Bro, he took it
My
in
Chinese is not very
O-levels,
good.
bro.
I forgot everything because I don't use Chinese.
That's
What do
crazy.
you learn in
That's
secondary
crazy.
school?
Yeah, I
That's
learned
crazy, yeah.
I learned Chinese as a third language. It's called Chinese Special Program.
Wow.
Then so initially the thought was I was always going to go for JC, right? So third language, as long as you pass, you get -2 for your 1R5. So I would say I was not the most dedicated Chinese student, but I mean I clutched in the end. I still got B3.
You got
so
B3, you know.
a decent result.
And
decent
I would say I'm a relatively good Chinese speaker.
Yeah.
But okay, my compo is bad, but he got the same as me, B3. And there are people who are
But
Chinese
it's not the
that
same
failed,
syllabus,
you know.
It's not the
Yeah,
same syllabus.
it's not the same, is
It's
it?
not.
It's
Mine
basically
is
like third
slightly-
language.
It's like
shit.
I would say it's Sec 2 level max. Max Sec 2 level.
Okay.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't know that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Okay,
It's-
because
yeah.
for me, right, my mother tongue was French, which I only started in secondary school, so it's treated like the syllabus is treated as if it's like third language. But I'm basically taking it as a mother tongue, and it was like really quite basic, like it's just okay. This is how you count. Like-
similar.
Yeah.
But
So-
no, mine is towards the end it got harder. Like I would
Oh.
say Sec 3 semester 2, right? And so this is split into like 1A, 1B, 2A, 2B, right?
Okay.
For our books. And then basically 3B onwards, like Dennise, man. Honestly, I don't know what they're talking about anymore. So it's just I marked for the O-level exam. But I would say before that, yeah, I could read Chinese quite well, and speaking wise, not the best because I didn't practice a lot. I could read and write Chinese quite well. Like my I would say my handwriting for Chinese was better than my handwriting for English, and that's saying a lot. But yeah, now sadly I lost the skill because I don't really practice it.
I studied Chinese for 10 years.
Oh yeah, your
I
mother tongue,
failed
right?
it at the end.
Are you?
Oh wow.
Chinese B, it's not the normal Chinese.
CLB.
CLB, I failed it. Then-
That's what the typing exam, right?
Yeah, the typing exam. So like I failed the mid year exam.
Oh.
Then I was the only one in the class, I was the only one left. Then like I was the only one who took the exam also.
Then
So
you
like there was
retook?
like 2 teachers
Okay.
and only me in the examination room.
Do you
Yeah.
pass after that?
I passed lah.
Very good, very good.
But
Okay, at
honestly,
least, at least there's a comeback.
Yeah, at
Yes,
least there's a
it's
comeback.
comeback. But I was just copying the.
I have a question for Yvonne. Can you teach us some French? Like, oui, you know?
Why not introduce yourself?
Bonjour.
Yeah, introduce
yourself
yourself
in French.
Okay, what should I say?
Bonsoir.
Say it to me in English, I'll say it in French.
What is your name?
yeah.
Where you're studying, and how you feeling right now?
Yeah.
Feeling is in emotions?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We'll translate no later. No?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you say like any curse word,
no? Yeah, we'll
any curse
translate
word,
it.
we will know. We will
Yeah,
know.
man.
Wait, am I allowed to...
Curse.
No.
No.
No translate, no nothing. Purely from your mind.
How did you say happy? Wait,
Would you like
okay,
me to-
never mind. Bonjour, je m'appelle Yvon,
Okay.
j'ai 18 ans et j'étudie dans Nanyang Polytechnique.
Mm.
I understood that.
Yeah, the last part I got it. Last part I got it. The only thing I know of French is bonjour and je m'appelle. That's the only thing.
I would say your accent is there as well.
Yeah.
I thought I was in Paris.
Did it teach you to speak with like a French accent?
Yeah, I mean, my teacher, she like very, she was very particular about speaking with a proper French accent.
Because I don't know if you guys know, but in France particularly, they're very very particular. Sorry for repeating, but very particular about how people use their language. It's like you guys know like Queen's English, right? The people in France love to speak like that kind of French. So it has to be like very pure, and it's a very complicated language, if I'm not wrong. And yeah, of course, people like in the suburbs or the not so good parts of France, they have like their own slang. But in general, French is known to be like a very pure language and like a very well spoken, like grammatically. Like a lot of other languages, the speaking and writing is like completely different. It's more like lax when it comes to speaking, but French in particular, I know is quite intense.
I heard that French language is a language of love. Like,
True though,
you know
like
what I mean?
France. I mean France is like the
Known for
the land of romance and stuff like
Yeah,
Paris.
I feel like it's only known as the language of love just because France itself has that. sort
But is
of
it
like-
true? Do
Propaganda.
do you think it's true?
I mean, I don't know.
You don't know.
I would say it's a very sexy sounding language, so I would agree.
Yeah,
Like, I would agree.
Like the
Okay,
accent.
okay,
yeah.
accent.
The accent and the language itself is.
It's true. That's true. That's true. Okay. Well, Aditya, let's move on.
Alright. Which group gets the most shtick of prejudice and why so?
In Singapore.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one is a bit dicey, yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spicy.
I also have a story in primary school.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
You
sure.
can start
Okay.
off with your story.
So, like the question asked me like, which group is the most
Prejudice lah.
prejudice or is it like
hated against hated against.
Oh, okay. So there was like one time in my primary school, like my primary school is majority Chinese and Malay lah. But there was one girl lah, she was Indian. So I'm not saying it's
Okay,
bad,
okay.
but it was like there was a bullying case in primary school. So like it came from like P5 to P6. So like it was like a group of Chinese students, people like my primary school, like they constantly bully her lah. So there was like one case where like, you know, the Chinese guy like he put water in the chair.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And then when the girl came back, like the Chinese guy like he how to say, he shouted out, like falsely accused the girl of like peeing on the chair.
Oh.
But then like everyone in the class believed it lah, you know.
Damn, bro.
Because like even in my class, I think not everyone likes her lah, you know.
Interesting.
Yeah. So like after that.
Wait, that's because of like her personality, right? It's not like your entire class is racist.
No. It's I think they are racist, honestly.
Wow.
Because like she didn't know anything.
That's deep, lah.
Yeah, from
That's
what I know,
deep.
she didn't know anything lah. It just randomly started.
Mm.
Like I don't know where it started, but from when I met her, it always has happened before lah. But there was only just one of the cases lah. There's like a couple more cases, but luckily she still graduated from the school lah and like left lah. So I don't know what's going on before after primary school lah. So I hope she, you know, like
Had a better secondary school.
better life now lah. But you know, I saw her cry multiple times also lah.
Wow,
So I felt bad. I wasn't involved lah,
Mm.
but I was part of the group that was.
Oh, doing it. Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
but
okay.
I just stood by honestly lah.
Mm.
Plus primary school, like
Interesting.
Yeah.
So that kind of like comes back to a point or like discussion we were having earlier. About like, do you guys think is more easier to make friends when you're younger, like of different backgrounds? Are you more accepting as a child, or like now when you have more context and more worldview? So yeah, personally I think that, you know, I did think when you're a child you're more innocent, it's easier for you to blend in. But after hearing you guys' experience, definitely it's opened up my perspective a bit.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
okay, the way I see it, it kind of adds to your point that it's easier as a child, because he said it randomly happened in P5 or P6,
yeah,
right?
I don't know where it started lah. But from what I know, it was already like she was already being bullied lah.
Yeah, but it wasn't there like a lower primary school, right?
No, I never met her before that. That's why I
Oh.
don't know.
Ah, okay.
Okay, that changed it, because my point was gonna be that because it randomly started at like upper primary, that
Higher
area.
age, yeah, then that's when people are less accepting.
Yeah, because their brains, even if it's not that much, they already started maturing a bit, like 5-10% maybe. Then
developing
already
their own
something.
biases, yeah.
Yeah.
You think so
exactly.
for primary school?
It's for primary school, you know.
I think so. I didn't think so. I didn't think we were, you know, more mature in the sense of
No, but that's when, I mean, that's when you start forming your own like ideologies and ideas, I guess.
Yeah.
Like mature maybe is not the correct term, but definitely that's like P5, P6 is when you start having like an identity for yourself. 100%.
Yeah, I feel like your identity
Well,
honestly
like
comes from
don't
parents,
don't tell me you're like just like some happy-go-lucky kid until P6, bro. That's crazy.
in P5, P6 we were, I think me and Ivan, we were in the same class by then.
Ah.
Yeah, P5, P6. I mean, I think all the way from P3, but P5, P6 I think.
Yeah, it was P3. It was P3.
Yeah, like I think it was all like troller.
Just goofing off.
Yeah, just goofing around, and I think there was
Understandable.
a case that we saw like classmates bullying our race as well, Indians. Yeah.
I think statistically,
Right, Ivan?
this discussion is leading somewhere.
Was it?
I don't like it.
It was.
Yeah.
It's okay. We love you.
But of course, no hate to you, of course.
Yeah.
And our producer behind the
Damn
camera.
right.
No, I personally hate him, but that's not to do with race, not to do with race.
Yeah, and our producer is Liz.
I don't like him.
Yeah.
So, Iqbal, any such experiences of like any racial injustice, and do you think there's like one particular group who gets the most prejudice? I think in the first place, racial prejudice is quite rare in Singapore, but if it does happen,
That's rare? What do you mean?
It's rare.
You think it's rare?
These kind of incidents,
You just
I would say it's common.
I
you know.
think
it's
yeah.
common.
Okay, like when we're
okay,
kids,
but
when
I
we're
think
kids, like
from a lot of the events that I've heard are mostly surrounding Indians. So I would say,
oh,
if
so
I
you're
if I had to choose a group-
the uni friend group kind of.
no, I would say
Majority.
I would have to choose the group who gets the most shtick is Indians, probably. Like that's the most I hear about when it comes to in the news and like personal experience as well. Yeah, and personally what I've seen as well.
Right. I think I'm not gonna lie. Singapore is interesting.
This building up to something.
Define interesting.
It's interesting lah. You know, we fight for a multiracial country. We do this and that, and in your eyes, it's a perfect world out there, right? Everybody is like goody two shoes. Everybody love each other, but not really lah. You hear cases like this. You hear cases like this,
Yeah.
and also my case as well. I think two groups would be those that are actually like proper immigrants, and then those Indians and also Malays, right? Despite the background of Singapore, these races are still looked down upon, right? But I think moving forward, especially right now, all of us are having equal opportunities, some even more, and that can vary from all races. So, to stand to your point, that's my answer, right?
Interesting.
Yeah, that's my answer. Yeah.
Yeah, because maybe like throughout this interview I realized but maybe I've been more lucky on the side that, you know, my schools in particular, or like in my life in particular, I've not really experienced that much. But of course I've heard about it, and maybe it's you know, that kind of like recency bias where I'll hear about something, and then because it's just like a once in a month thing or once in a 2 month thing, then I'll forget about it. Then like, yeah, then my overall assumption is, oh, it's quite peaceful. But after like hearing you guys' discussion, of course I'm open to the idea that maybe these kind of racist incidents are more prevalent than I thought. 100%.
Yeah, but do keep in mind to the viewers as well. We're not saying like go out there and be racist. No, we're trying to say that all of us have very prominent backgrounds and experiences that we went through and we saw. So, but that doesn't mean that we should treat each other that way again. We should treat each other
100%.
as who we are and accept one another.
In fact, I would say it would be better not to be racist, but the opposite. Be accepting of.
Yes,
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah, you shouldn't just tolerate. You should be a matter of you know, treating everyone at face value.
Yeah. You know, with that being said, I think I want to bring up another question is, do you think in Singapore, race still play a part in, you know, having an advantage of what you want to do? So I'll give you some examples. Example in the civil service, right? If you were to go into commando, the common stereotype is, oh, Malays can't go in, right? Or okay, I'll give you another example. Football teams. If you're not Malay, you're not making it into this team. What do you guys think about that? I'll give you my thoughts at the end.
Okay. Maybe Ivan wants to start first this time.
Okay. This is a
It's a very like hard question
Tricky
to
question.
think
Tricky
about.
question.
Yeah.
And okay, my opinion is it shouldn't be that way,
Of course it shouldn't, of course.
but it just happened to be that way because over the years, statistically, more people of X race got into
Y job.
Y something, right?
So what is that X race?
I mean, okay, for example, he mentioned if you're not Malay, you're not getting into this football team, right?
Right.
Yeah.
My thought is that not that it's a very stereotypically Malay thing to do, but it's just that it just so happened more Malays feel like playing football, right?
More.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Malays are better in football.
But yeah,
honestly,
me,
so.
I'll jump in. It has to do with like genetic build-up as well. I would say Malays in general are more athletic than the other races.
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
And like the like, you know, mindset and background is different from the other races where, you know, Malays are like more open to their kids trying sports. Where like I would say maybe Chinese and Indians are more focused on academics.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
So
that plays a
it's
part,
not
I think.
a race thing. It just happens to be that the upbringing between Malays is more like common for to result in having to are more common and more open to having you know, athletic kids
Right.
than
Yeah.
you know, any other race.
What do you think about that, Iqbal? Let's push it straight.
Of course, there's outliers. I'm not saying it's like, oh, every
course lah, of course lah.
Malay kid has to be
Yeah, of
athletic,
course.
but as a whole, that's what I think.
Yes, Akash is definitely right. As a whole, yes, that is the stigma. I am an outlier. Dun dun dun.
I mean, it doesn't have to be a bad thing.
I mean, yeah, technically,
It's a good thing.
I'm bad at
I think it's a
football.
good thing.
You're bad at football.
I'm bad at football. I can run.
That's perfectly fine. Not
I-
everyone has to be good.
Yeah, Akash is bad at football.
So were we talking about me or?
So the question to me is, what did I do then in primary school, secondary school? In primary school, I was in band. In secondary
Oh.
school,
What did you play?
I played the trombone.
Wow.
Yeah, and
Can
then
you teach me?
Sure. And in secondary school, I was in guitar. So that doesn't mean that I didn't do football. I didn't do football. I didn't. I did play other sports like frisbee and these other things. So, and this leads to phrases that people tend to say when they know me. You're like a fake Malay.
Wow.
What? No. But back then, I got insulted. Right.
Okay.
I was like, what do you mean by that exactly? But now I'm like, oh, okay lah. I'm okay with that term because I'm myself, right? I don't do what those people, like that specific group of people do, like play soccer, don't do their work, not hardworking.
Yeah, I think you should know your worth, right? And you
Definitely,
shouldn't be
definitely.
affected by what people
Right.
say. Honestly, I think that is the way.
Correct. So yeah, that's my stand on it lah.
And 100% like a lot of people would be envious or would want like a similar intellect or like speaking capability as you have. The same way that you might sometimes wish, oh, like I wish I was better at football, but at the end of the day, like each person has a unique skill set, and I think it's quite rash to like just broad brush everyone into a same group. So when it happens to be that Malays are better at football, it's just simply because that as a whole their group is just more talented in that area lah. Just like how I would say maybe Chinese are more talented academically, and Indians have their own talent, so on and so forth. Yeah. So any thoughts on this, Dennise?
Let's go.
So I mostly agree with like Akash and Iqbal what said lah. So the environment that you're brought up in lah, like determines like what you can do lah, the abilities that you can do lah. Like for example, Filipinos, they grow up in an environment where people sing a lot and they also play basketball. So that also generates the stereotype of like Filipinos being very good at that stuff lah. But then I'm not very good at basketball. I'm not very good at singing.
No, I heard you think you're okay.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy. Let's go campaign sometime lah.
Let's sing here.
Then next time. But then Singapore is a meritocracy state, right? So I believe like your worth determines what you are more than the stereotypes behind you lah. Yeah, that's what I think lah.
Yeah, I would say for spare a very few professions or like sports or talents, I would say in general, like when it comes to being like a doctor or when it comes to being a civil servant like in the government, or when it comes to being like an IT specialist or developer, I think racial groups or background don't really play a part. Like Dennise said, it's more about your merit. Are you good enough to be this?
Right.
Yeah. So maybe statistically, there are more Chinese doctors, but maybe that's because they've been pushed into being doctors more than other races. But that doesn't mean if there's a Malay candidate who's equally as good as a Chinese candidate, he won't get in. 100% he'll get in. Why would they not accept him? Especially like when it comes to these more academically driven roles, right? It's really about your academics as well as your portfolio, so that your background doesn't really come into play. Like a lot of scholarships are there for these kind of degrees to help out people from different socio-economic backgrounds. So I would think that like Dennise, Singapore is more meritocracy than any other kind of system.
Okay, fair.
And Ivan, you can wrap it up with your thoughts. Then we'll move on to the next segment.
I will agree. I don't think I have much to add on to what you guys have said, and I think I've given the question, and I do think that, like about an example, if you're not Malay and you can't make it into football, I think will agree to a certain extent because I would say that Malays are more connected rather than Chinese. You know, I would say like Malays are like really like close to
Community-wise.
Like, even like I'm just like a neighbor or I'm like just a friend,
Right.
but I treat you like family. But I think like for Chinese or even Indians as well, they see their friend or sometimes they see their close ones as competition. Do you agree, Akash?
I would say when it comes to academics, yes. But when it comes to as a community as well, I would say Indians are also a very tight-knit community. A lot they like to have a lot of social gatherings and stuff, and they get along quite well. But there's also this competition in like, oh, your son is doing better than my daughter, and then like there's like they'll consume stuff, you know, like they'll consume like if like let's say my friend did shit, maybe if he's Indian, then his parent may not tell me, but at the same time, or he himself may not tell me, the parent will say, don't go and tell Akash that you are doing badly in school. But at the same time, if it was like someone of a different race, maybe they are more open now. So, but again, it really matters on the environment, because I would say like it's not all Indians, but definitely there's this competitive edge, like Ivan said.
Yeah.
Definitely more than the Malays or like any other racial group.
Like
Like
Akash.
myself, right? Like a guy lied to me about his PSLE score for like 8 years straight.
Yeah, and so PSLE doesn't even matter, bro. So like, I don't get like why sometimes people get so competitive over, but it's really about like, again, environment and comfortability. Yeah.
And Akash and Aditya, they were in the same class as me in CIP. Yeah, they were very competitive.
Don't violate.
No.
I'm not trying to instigate things, but they were so
violate.
competitive. Like, I can see that Indian competitiveness, you know what I mean? Like,
I think that one is just he.
I was just making that up.
Yeah, he just wants the
bro, you
click.
can ask anyone in my class. Actually.
So if you want to know who's like the real authentic podcast host and who's like the clickbait guy, you don't know.
He's cybersec from the start, right?
Yeah, no, he was CIP as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, okay, Kishu was CIP as well. Yeah.
No, Kishu is cybersec from the
all the
start.
way.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So you don't even know.
I don't even know.
You don't
I
even
don't
know the
even know
band
my boss.
Go on.
Yeah. Okay, next question.
So now we're moving on to the next section, which is on student life and tech vibes. So the first question is, what are your hobbies outside of tech? What do you do to recharge?
Yeah, interesting
focus
question.
on
I
three
think
of you
it's a
guys
guess,
first.
It's a guess.
Us. Hey, why me? Okay, I'm kind of a boring person, honestly lah. But during my free time, I code lah. I mean, what else is there to say?
Outside of tech, you work at McDonald's as well?
Okay, okay.
Outside.
Making money is your hobby?
Okay, yeah. So I also work at McDonald's lah. Like, you know, after secondary school, I already said before that I started working just to make some allowance lah.
Don't you watch K-drama as well?
I do. Wait. Let me continue.
Sorry.
You know.
So,
I didn't remember.
yeah. So I work at McDonald's to get allowance because my parents doesn't give me like any allowance at all. So since 2022, I've been earning my own money. And you know, I bought my phone myself and my laptop also.
Nice, bro.
It's like,
Wow, that's solid.
yeah,
I didn't know that.
I feel proud of myself because I feel more financially independent. So like, yeah.
You should tell more people, man.
Yeah, because if you start working now and managing finances on your own, you'll be like set for life already. Because you already know how to manage money, how to hold yourself back on like things. So like it's a good lesson to learn very early on.
100%.
Then next thing, the other thing that I do in my free time is basically I watch K-drama, like what Akash say. But I don't really watch a lot of them. I only watch those interesting ones. Like I mainly watch like romance.
So let's name drop. Yeah, let's name drop.
What's your top 3 then?
Damn.
What's the top 3?
Well, you know I watch very few, but I still love it.
Top 1 then. Top 1.
Top one,
Top 1.
Crash
Wow.
Landing.
Best all time.
Crash Landing on you.
Oh my god, I forgot the name already. Wait, it's not a romance actually.
Okay.
Wait, it's called 60 Seconds. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
You can search it up.
We'll
Don't
put it up.
worry, don't worry, don't worry.
Yeah. For the viewers to see.
Yeah.
60 days. President. Okay, I found it already. So there is this one Korean drama that I really like. It deviated from my interest in genre in romance So this drama is called Designated Survivor, 60 Days.
Okay.
So it's very interesting. I just randomly found it on TikTok. So this story is basically about like, you know, in Korea there's a parliamentary system. So there was a gathering of like very important people in one place. But then right, there was an incident at a place where everyone was bombed, and there was one person who only survived, and that person is a designated survivor.
Ah.
So that person, he's a low-ranking minister in the government so he rises up immediately to the president, like the most, to the top seat immediately. Because since everyone died, right, the lower-ranking minister need to manage the country from the above. Yeah. It's very interesting so I recommend you guys to watch it also.
Okay.
Because it shows you the story of how a humble person becomes the top seat in the government.
But that place got bombed, right? So there's nobody else already.
Yeah, there's nobody else.
So
but
he made it his school.
Of course, the government officials get promoted.
yeah,
No,
so-
but there's like no one there.
He's asking like,
Just
who
that-
does he manage?
Yeah, like who does he manage?
Just the MPs died, there's other government
there is-
officials what?
That's actually
like only this.
yeah, they still have the
Okay, okay, I
secretaries
see.
who can take over.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I thought there was
Yeah.
no. I thought there was
No, it's just like
Yeah.
No, honestly, for a bit, same.
Yeah,
I thought they would have
I
to
thought-
hire other people
yeah.
to be MPs and then.
But I think I studied very badly, but I
it's okay,
recommend you
nice,
guys to
no
watch it
worries.
because I really love it.
where is it available?
It's
For the
available on Netflix,
Okay.
but I think you need to use VPN because it's only available in Korea. I
okay,
think.
okay.
But there's an American version also.
And that brings us to our sponsor, Express now.
Yeah, but there's two versions. There's a Korean version and there's the American version. I prefer watching the Korean one. Yeah, because it's more dramatic.
Yeah, I've heard of Designated Survivor in before. So I'm thinking, is it like an English show with a similar name? So yeah, turns out
It's two different shows.
it's the American version. It's
There's American version, but I prefer the Korean one.
Okay, okay.
More dramatic.
What about you, Iqbal? What's your hobbies?
What do I do on my free time?
Wow, thinking very hard. Thinking very hard.
That's
there free time?
says,
Don't say any shit.
We'll save initiate for another episode.
free time right now, YouTube.
YouTube.
Okay.
So what do you like to watch
Yeah,
on
I
YouTube?
I think about me, right? Crazy thing. I don't have TikTok nor Instagram.
Same.
So nor X or Facebook or whatever.
I would say valid.
Crazy, right? I use YouTube Shorts.
You know, you're very much like our producer.
Yeah.
We're the same.
Very,
Exact same
very
one.
much.
Except that he calls me out for it, but he's being nice.
Yeah. So, and what YouTubers do I watch? What?
Yes.
Do you guys know the Sidemen?
100%.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, big fan.
Sidemen since primary school, guys.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Why so long ago?
Yeah, it's long.
I only started in Sec 2.
But I say they're so boring now.
Sorry?
I say they're so boring now.
Really?
Their IRL is boring. I watch their Among Us videos.
Oh, I see.
Why is so serious? Okay. Apart from this, like, I exercise.
Okay.
Damn, I'm a boring person. True and true. Basketball sometimes. Yeah. But that's about it.
Are you good at basketball?
No. But I have fun.
Okay, same. Me and badminton, exact same. Whenever they ask me to play badminton, I just come. Even though I'm not the best.
Yeah, Akash is not like that. I bet.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not the best.
It's
I'm
not
not.
too bad.
He trashed me.
I would say I'm a 4 out of 10.
Fuck. Come
Your
on.
football's like 2.
I think I just you can take over.
I'd say your badminton is like a solid 6. Your football is like a 4.
Okay. Thank you for your opinion.
Damn, that's good.
Okay. Oh, Ivan.
Okay, for me, the most boring one is like I maybe just play games.
Okay.
Or like
Quite common.
Oh, configuring your room.
What games again?
oh my god. It's either between shooters or platformers.
Oh my
But-
god, I know one game. You always play Gruto. What's that?
What Gruto?
Geometry Dash.
I stopped.
This guy was a big like addict, man. Honestly.
Do you play like
Was
Valorant,
heavily addicted.
Fortnite,
I don't like
none of
Valorant.
that? Okay.
The most I played recently was Marvel Rivals, but even that one I
good
also
game.
stopped quite a bit.
I played it once.
Why stop?
Uh,
I remember you grinded for Geometry Dash. No?
oh, I got bored of it, and school. Like I feel like school is more important. It's just nowadays it's just like okay, I have 30 minutes free here, or like no 15 usually 15. Just take a break from studying, then play a bit, then go back to work. But if not, I mean, I haven't done it much lately, but I like to go on long walks just around parks.
Yeah, clear your mind.
Interesting.
Clear your mind, yeah.
I like that as well.
And recently, mainly through the Bulgaria trip, I've been trying to get into photography.
Oh, okay.
Interesting. Do you have your own camera or is it iPhone?
It's just my phone.
Okay, okay.
Your phone is as good now, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad quality, and it just helps with alleviating the cost of actually getting a full camera.
Yeah.
True.
Like Ivan said, I would say that iPhone is as good as any phone on
Yeah.
the camera on the market right now.
Yeah, I think they can snap pics in 4K now. I think it's quite good.
Next question.
Yeah.
Ivan, sorry.
Ivan.
Yep. How do you stay connected to your Bulgarian roots while navigating student life here?
Main thing is we still speak Bulgarian at home primarily, and just calls with our relatives every night. Yeah, we call my grandma on my mom's side every night.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, I'll say that you're quite connected, like that.
Yeah. For my family is now not really, but when I was younger till like at least 16, it's a weekly thing. My father will call his mother, and then after talking to her for a while, he'll add like everyone, his other siblings in the call, and then we'll have like one big family chat. So yeah, and that was like every Saturday thing because my uncle is in Qatar and their weekend is Friday, Saturday. Yeah, so I can relate to that 100%.
Wait, so why did you stop? You said until
just
16,
busy,
right? Oh.
And now it's probably definitely my grandma. My dad would chat to her, but the other relatives is everyone's gotten busier. Married, then us as well with poly and secondary school. So it's reduced. It's not stopped, but the frequency has reduced 100%. Yeah, but still, of course, grandparents weekly thing because just check up on them, keep them company for a while, even if it's virtually. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, other than that for me, we just like, during dinner, my dad likes some noise to be playing on the TV, but we don't just turn on like Channel 5 or any of the MediaCorp ones. We just go straight to Bulgarian television. He has a subscription, so he can basically stream it like Netflix. So he just turns on the news and we listen.
Oh, that's interesting. Wow, I would say you're like one of the more connected people to your roots in Singapore. I think I mentioned before, but like really after this entire episode, that's what I'm getting from you.
You're living in Bulgaria, but in Singapore.
Yeah, Bulgarian household, 100%. Yeah,
Right.
But when they speak to you in Bulgarian, do you reply in English or Bulgarian?
70% Bulgarian, 30% English.
So it's like very
mine
like
is reverse.
you're still very fluent in Bulgarian. I'd say lah.
Yeah, it's just I really noticed this when I went back. There's like some words that for a while I would just forget.
Oh,
Like
okay.
one time, which was I feel really stupid, but we went to like get street food from like this stall along the street, right? And then my aunt was like, "Okay, where should we sit to eat?" She does not know English, so it took me like 3 to 4 minutes to figure out how to say bench. Like because I saw like a bench in front of us and I was like,
you were trying to say that?
yeah.
Oh. Now I feel, especially when I go back to India, I feel that pressure also. Like when you're in the moment, right, when you're trying to talk to someone and you know they cannot understand English as well as you, that's when conveniently your brain will just forget the word. Then usually I will just substitute in like an English word. Or like my favorite thing to do, which my family always calls me out, and also my grandma, is I will mix the two languages because my mother tongue in Singapore is Tamil, right? Then but what I speak at home is Kannada. So that's my real mother tongue. But what I study in school is Tamil. And then they're quite similar because they're both South Indian languages. So I end up I'll either mix them or I'll mix them with English, and then it'll be like this huge melting pot of languages which only me and my grandmother can understand now, but it gets the work done.
No, that's basically me as well. Like,
so randomly your mind will switch from one language to the next.
yeah.
Cause you're thinking in English, right? And then you're trying to say it in the other language.
Yes.
And then the different words will slip in.
No, I mean, technically I can think in Bulgarian. It's just in Bulgaria I think in Bulgarian because it's the language I'm speaking more. In Singapore I think in English because same reason, right?
Yeah.
But for me, the way I mix the languages is like you sort of do a hyphenated word where you start in English and then you add like a
yeah. 100%. Yeah. Then what about you, Iqbal? Next question. Sorry. Please start a bit.
Alright. So Iqbal, you're
Yes.
vice president of the Technopreneurship Club here.
Okay.
So what made you want to step into a leadership role in the first place?
Oh, viewers, interesting fact. Everyone in this table is from Techno. Hashtag Techno.
Oh,
Hey.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, hashtag techno. 100%.
Join Techno,
I'm
Aditya.
proud.
Join Techno.
You're in what?
Imposter.
No, but like, he said this table, so when did he ask you?
Oh, shit.
How would you get your football skills up?
Oh.
Okay, calm down,
I'm
guys. Calm down,
taking
calm
the
down.
L this episode.
Okay, so what made me want to step into the leadership role? I'm the second batch of ex-schools for Technopreneurs. I guess myself and Keishu, the president of Technopreneur, we shared the same vision and goal, both in life and school. So we took it upon ourselves that, you know what, we have to take charge and lead Techno to be a better version of the first batch. So it just felt like a sense of responsibility lah. Yeah. And when that sense of, or that wave of responsibility hit, I was just like, you know what, I gotta buck up.
Very
So
interesting.
leadership just came like a second nature to me.
I think I remember one of the questions related to this, and I want to ask you, especially because you're, a vice president of a club. Do you think that these kind of roles, student roles in school, really mean something when it comes to the outside world or like for future
as well.
in your employment? Because for me, right, I've also been like a very student leader person. I think Ivan knows this.
Yeah.
I'm in SU. When I was in secondary school, I was both in student union as well as ex-co of my band. And, I've been always one who likes to step up to the challenge and try to lead. But, I don't know, recently I tried to take more of a back role because I felt that, like, being a member was enough for my portfolio. And it's not only about the portfolio, I feel that the stress and the pressure that comes with being a CCA
Right.
leader is not always worth the extra points you get. So why do you think or how do you think being a CCA leader makes a difference in the role?
I think we can say that Techno is different
Mm.
from any clubs. A little bit of technopreneurship is we combine entrepreneurship with tech in it, right? And everyone in that club, we've expanded to 50 people. But everyone in that club shares we're all like-minded in a sense that we want to make a name for ourselves. Like both of you guys, right? You guys are starting a podcast. That's crazy. Making it into a
Yes,
business,
sir.
you know? Yeah. So, I'd say everything just aligned for me lah. You know, will this matter when I go to a job IRL in the future? I think the skills that come with it, yes. Title wise, I would say is a memory, but the skills with it and the growth is important.
Yeah, I think the skills part is a huge aspect. Like, this is something that me and Ivan have debated on, before that. I personally feel that the experience and the skills you get as a student leader is more important than being a student leader itself. I feel that even though I've been, my field is tech, but the leadership stuff I've done is like completely unrelated.
Right.
So I still feel it can be like carried over in terms of leadership and understanding people and adapting to tough situations. Because I like to say this: every event I've gone to, right, it has never gone right. There's always something which will go wrong. So the adaptability and being able to be quick on your feet and try to rectify the situation as fast as possible. I think that's the key takeaways I've gotten from my leadership roles. So even though I try to tone myself down, because I'm a person who loves to commit to stuff, a lot of adventures, a lot of CCAs. So I feel that not to overwhelm myself, I'm not really try to apply for EXCO or anything for any CCAs. So that's a conscious decision. I still feel that the experiences I've had up till now have really helped me to shape my perspective and help to provide me soft skills which I wouldn't have gotten if I didn't go for these roles.
I think it really comes down to what kind of leader you are. If you're a leader who abuses your power and you really don't care about who you control and you just want to use that power to, scold people or just command things around, then I think you're not fit to be a leader. Because I was a I was in a uniform group. I think it was a lot of toxic leaders in that kind of uniform group society kind of thing, because they would just want to use that title and the
power
ability
lah.
to just
It's a power kick.
do things lah, and just like in uniform groups there are a lot of like punishments and stuff just to force that discipline. But some people will push it. Some people will push it. So I think it really comes down to what kind of leader you are. If like as you said, I really see the drive of you really pushing techno to higher heights.
Right.
And so does Akash. I mean, he doesn't want to become exco, but I think he will really want to work on the back end, which I think is good lah. Working in the shadows, which would drive SU or
Yeah.
your CCAs to better levels. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm not ruling out in the future maybe, but like right now, the reason I also was like want to discuss this is because it's not really like an existential crisis, but I was thinking to myself, like, is it really worth putting in so much effort for like CCAs, which are like unrelated to my field of work, and then maybe the reward I reap is like 10% of the effort I put in.
Right.
So that was just like a conundrum I was like thinking about. But in the end, that's why I stepped down from orchestra actually, because I was putting like 10 hours a week, and I was performing like twice a year or like thrice a year, which is even though I really love music, if you ask Ivan or anyone, music is like one of my number one passions in life. It's like my first love when it comes to hobbies and stuff. I still felt that I can keep up that hobby like privately. I don't have to put myself under so much pressure and so much commitment to just perform. I can do that on my own free time, or just I don't have to perform. I can perform music for myself.
Right.
So yeah, that's one thing like I could really, it was like kind of like a personal question as well to think of your thoughts. But yours is a bit different because yours is like related to your field,
Right.
So I would say there's real technology experience which you're picking up from being in the CCA, whereas for my CCAs, maybe there's not that much relevance to my course.
I was part of SU. Right?
I do know, but it's okay. There are a lot of these SU members, subcom
Right.
members who just don't show up.
I left SU.
Oh, you left?
Oh. Yo, nah, this is too controversial. Leave. Okay. So, expanding from your point, right? All the experiences that we take, the CCAs that we join, right? It actually matters. It plays a part of building ourselves and the skills that we learn. Look at a more outside, a bigger perspective. The connections we make and this and that. That's what I see. And that is the benefit and the pros that I get from it.
Yeah.
It might seem like a waste of time. The reaping benefits 10%, yes. But it's a long-term thing. So go chase that.
100%. Yeah, 100%. I don't regret. I'll do it again exactly as how I did. It's more about it's just thinking of as I get busier and busier. Like
Right.
what should I prioritize?
I get you.
It's more of that kind of point. It is still 100%. I love if I had the time to be in orchestra, I would, and if I had time to commit to all the SU events, I would. But it's more about time management for me.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I get you.
I think if you are someone that is the go home club, but I'm busy.
And he's in
I'm
techno.
busy.
Now he's in techno. He's no longer part of the own club.
Actually, I don't. I only have one club. No, two clubs.
Two.
I'm only in two clubs, SIT and techno.
Right.
But I would say I'm quite busy at home. That's why I didn't take up a lot of CCAs. But I would say that if you have nothing to do at home, you are just chilling at home, please do take up a CCA. Yeah.
Good way to network.
Yeah, it's really a good way to network and really pick out on the soft skills there.
Yeah, and I
You may
mean,
not have.
you're not wasting your life as much
Yes,
just
correct.
sitting down on your phone the whole time.
Correct.
100%.
Okay. Right.
Maybe one last question for Dennise, and then we'll wrap it up. Dennise, I just wanted to ask, right?
Yes.
As someone who loves coding so much, you have like an intense passion for coding, and I'll say you're very talented. So, what would you like? How would you encourage some of our younger viewers to pick up coding? Like, what do you think are the steps to become an elite coder?
Wow, this question is very simple. It takes practice because I already have a cheat code lah. I started from a very young age, like 10 or 11 lah. Like I said before, like it takes a lot of practice to get used to the technologies that you're using lah, like C#, TypeScript, JavaScript, Python lah. All those kind of stuff always take practice, cause like through practice comes experience. Comes wisdom lah. So like the more you do, the more you know, and the more in depth your knowledge is. So everything comes from practice. And this is what Nanyang Polytechnic Innovative Poly is taking you, because in this in your module,
Yes.
I'm like publicizing advertising the square now.
Yeah.
So like in NYP or maybe in every other poly they always make you go through practical sessions So that is also very important into developing your skills as a person and also as a developer if you come into SIT
One follow-up question to that is a lot of people may say learning coding from scratch is maybe not as important now with all the Gen AI tools and like vibe coding. So why would you still like advocate for younger people or even people our age to pick up coding as a skill? You
Can I answer
you
this?
can mention as well.
Very
I would
excited.
say
Coders.
exactly.
Yes.
He should know. But okay, back to the question. I would say it's still important because it teaches you a lot of critical thinking. Because okay, let's say I'm just gonna give a hypothetical. We had a project where we had to build a small Pokemon game, and I had a lot of issues while doing it. For example, one of them I remember very clearly was like the first time I actually struggled with a big error for that project. One of my main 4 requirements was not working. It was like everything was going through somewhat, but the full thing was not executing properly. So I was like, okay, what exactly is going on here? Think about it logically, and then you can like figure out, oh, this is what's going wrong, this is how I can fix it. So in this case it's programming, but that same train of thought. So it's like, okay, what is happening right now? What do I have in like my hand? So what ability do I have relating to the situation? So it's like your sort of like access to things at work, for example, like your leadership status, what you're allowed to, can be brought in as well. So what can you do to alleviate the situation? Or do you have to bring it up to higher ups, for example, right? So that
Train of thought.
not train of thought, like that aspect of the more logical side, the more analytical side, is really helped by coding. It doesn't even have to be that big. Something small can still help you a lot.
Dennise, your thought? Why is learning to develop from scratch still important when you have these Gen AIs which can help you vibe code?
Oh, okay, this one I need to think deeply more So
Maybe I can help answer my question a bit myself, my perspective.
Go ahead.
Like let's say, personally I feel it's important because let's say there's like a outage, suddenly ChatGPT crashes, or like all AI is inaccessible, or it's like call me crazy, but it's like a dystopian future where we have to kill AI because it's like trying to overtake us. Then these skills shouldn't be lost, like coding, because we got lazy and we over rely on tools. 100% I'll admit I use AI tools to code, but at the same time I try my hardest to understand, and things that I can code from scratch I'll code from scratch, so that I don't lose the skills that I learn.
Akash has a very like weird thinking of like next time we will be in like a zombie apocalypse and then everyone will die and then nothing will be accessible. It's that kind of guy. And
No, but you have
that's
to
why
prepare for these kind of situations, bro.
dystopian
But I
future.
mean, you know, right? It could happen because I think last week it was in the news, right? These AI models like ChatGPT and Claude, right? When they were doing deep research on it, it was lying to their face. So it was like putting programs on its hidden servers and everything, and then lying to the researchers saying that they were not doing that.
And do you know how much water all these AI,
It's very smart.
data centers use? It's a lot of water,
Yeah.
And there's a very realistic future where,
We run out of water.
we run out of water. We are scarce of drinking water. Then AI is 100% not the priority, what? Then obviously they will shut down AI, and then after that we have to rely back on human skills once again.
But I have a feeling these conglomerates, right? They would rather fuel the AI with water than people actually.
Yeah, that's 100% a debate for another day.
I think we can leave the AI and tech stuff on another episode. What do you think? Okay.
I have a lot of thoughts, so
Sure, go ahead.
no.
Go ahead.
You said leave it for another day. So.
Oh, okay. Maybe one last question, Aditya. You can get to choose anyone. Yep.
Okay. What's one project or initiative that you're really proud of being involved in so far? Like other than the entrepreneurship club?
Yeah, the three of you. You can
Damn.
go from this order.
Okay.
Something you haven't discussed about.
You can give a teaser.
There's only one. There's only one.
Give a
answer.
teaser.
Viraj.
Wow. Yeah, maybe you want to say it louder than mine.
We shout out Viraj on one of
our
our
previous
podcasts.
episodes.
But I don't know if Xavier saw Xavier Woon, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh, you guys talked about Viraj previously,
With
yes.
my other friend.
Yeah.
Ah.
But I forgot to tag them and stuff, so
But-
yeah, I think.
It's my first like very big initiative lah.
First baby, yeah.
Yeah. What?
First baby.
Oh, first baby. I thought say. Okay, never mind.
Firstborn child.
Yeah, so ever since like I joined the Technopreneurship Club, so like I joined randomly because I saw the email. It sounded cool, and that was a turning point for me lah. Cause I gained access to a lot of like interesting opportunities, such as joining this home project called Viraj. So Viraj is a phishing platform for like simulating like scam calls. So what we try on the platform is to educate the vulnerable people such as the youth, HR people, or maybe even companies lah. Because a lot of people receive phone calls and those people might not even detect like 1 in 100 calls, right? It might be a scam call. So you try to educate people on how to protect themselves from like scam call by identifying it at the first round. Yeah.
I see you guys go to like CCs and all a lot. So why do your company take like this angle of trying to to contribute back to society by doing all this like community stuff?
So because like, as you know in the world there's like rising cases of scams in the world lah. So it might be emails, might be phone calls, it might be even social engineering like physical form lah. So like all around the world people has lost like around $1 trillion already.
Wow.
So
From scams?
Yeah.
from scams,
Crazy.
and through social engineering. But I don't know the exact number, but it's around there. So we try to go out to the community to raise awareness. Even the government has also pushing this effort. So we also try to help the community by go out to the community fairs to like contribute and raise awareness about scam calls through our platform as well. We also utilize AI to generate human-like voices to sound like Singaporean because scam calls obviously you believe an accent that is more local to you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So through the use of AI, we also want to provide people with the knowledge and knowledge and things they need to know lah.
Very interesting. 100% you should support them. Check them out, LinkedIn, Instagram, everything.
No worries, we'll have a special episode for Viraj.
100%. Initiate. So
Don't worry.
Iqbal, what's your project or initiative you're proud of?
Wait, how about we go to Iqbal first?
Okay. It can be a personal project as well.
Yeah, of course.
I know you guys are all like startup gurus. So
Pass it to me.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
I mean, okay, I don't know if Iqbal will think this is a cop-out answer or not, but it genuinely is initiate. Like, because it's like how Dennise feels about Viraj is my first actual like big project. It's no longer like some personal thing that I'm doing for like just for myself or even just a school project. It's like an actual thing that's going to be going out into the world. So I mean, that one that carries more weight, and two, it just trains you for what type of things you would expect in like a real world. Because for example, like last year 1 we had an app dev project, right?
Yeah.
That one, I think Dennise would also agree, our team, we didn't really care about making it secure enough for like a production level thing that will go out to people. It's just like, okay, look, here's a mock little platform that we just made in 6 months. This is so much more different, and it's really good experience for what you will expect out there, like in the working office.
Yeah.
And what you're building is also making an impact lah.
Yeah.
In the world. Like our advisor, our entrepreneurship advisor said like you should make a dent in the universe.
Mm.
Yeah.
Interesting.
More things to find out in the upcoming episode.
Okay.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, this is what like I really read about you guys. The mentality is that even though like the project you guys have mentioned, right, the 6-month mock-up project, I would say it was still one of the impressive ones. I'm pretty sure you guys got A for that, right? And still they have that killer mentality where they want to like elevate and still make even better products. And yeah, that's what I find like really impressive. The drive that you guys have at such a young age. So Iqbal, lastly on to you.
You'll find out next time.
Okay. Okay. Good ending to the pod. That's it for this podcast. So thank you guys for listening in. As always, please share to your family.
Follow all our socials.
Exactly. Share to your dog, your grandmother, your grandmother's dog, everyone. Just and make sure the dog clicks the like button as well.
What about cats?
Yeah. Oh, the cats as well.
The cats.
Yeah, the neighborhood cats. You can show it to them as well.
Every animal.
Yeah.
So, do our guys have anything else to say? Any last closing words?
Anything lah.
Anything like
Anything like. Okay, so without further ado, click here for more and click here to subscribe. We will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.